Welcome to Chapter 3 of our Biodiversity course, presented by Smart Agri Hub. In this chapter, we'll explore the vital relationship between biodiversity and ecosystem services, a connection at the heart of healthy agriculture, sustainable development, and the well-being of all life on Earth. Whether you're a student, a farmer, or simply someone passionate about nature, understanding this link is crucial for making informed decisions and shaping a resilient future. Let's begin with a clear definition. Biodiversity refers to the variety and variability of life on our planet, encompassing genes, species, and ecosystems. It's the foundation of life, driving evolution and adaptation. But biodiversity is not just about numbers or cataloging species. Its true value emerges through the benefits it provides to people and the planet. These benefits are known as ecosystem services. Ecosystem services are the free gifts that nature delivers every day, often unnoticed. Imagine walking through a lush forest, breathing clean air, drinking fresh water, or enjoying a nutritious meal. These everyday experiences are possible because of the intricate web of life working silently behind the scenes. Scientists categorize ecosystem services into four main types: provisioning, regulating, supporting, and cultural services. Let's dive deeper into each category. Provisioning services are the products nature supplies. These include food, fresh water, fuel, fiber, and medicinal resources. Think about staple crops like wheat, rice, and maize. Their existence depends on diverse pollinators, healthy soils, and balanced ecosystems. Fisheries, livestock, and wild plants also rely on the rich tapestry of life. Even modern medicine owes a debt to biodiversity. Over half of all pharmaceuticals originate from natural sources, such as plants and microorganisms. Next, regulating services. These are the processes that keep our environment stable and habitable. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, helping regulate the climate. Wetlands filter pollutants, ensuring water quality. Bees and butterflies pollinate crops, boosting yields and food security. Predatory species control pests, reducing the need for chemical pesticides. The balance maintained by diverse ecosystems is irreplaceable, and when biodiversity declines, these services can falter, leading to floods, disease outbreaks, or crop failures. Supporting services form the backbone of all other ecosystem functions. These include soil formation, nutrient cycling, and habitat provision. For example, earthworms and microbes break down organic matter, enriching soil fertility. Mangroves and coral reefs provide shelter and breeding grounds for countless species. Without these foundational processes, ecosystems would collapse, and the benefits they offer would vanish. Finally, cultural services enrich our lives in ways beyond material value. Nature inspires art, religion, and recreation. Forests, rivers, and mountains are places for relaxation, adventure, and spiritual renewal. Biodiversity shapes local and global cultures, traditions, and identities. Losing species means losing stories, wisdom, and opportunities for connection. But why are ecosystem services so essential for agriculture, especially in the context of Smart Agri Hub? Modern farming faces unprecedented challenges: climate change, soil degradation, water scarcity, and pest outbreaks. Biodiversity acts as a buffer and a solution. Diverse crop rotations, agroforestry, and integrated pest management mimic natural systems, boosting resilience and productivity. Pollinators, such as bees and bats, are critical for crop yields. Soil organisms sustain fertility and structure. Genetic diversity in crops and livestock allows adaptation to changing conditions. Let's look at some real-world examples. In rice fields across Asia, farmers encourage the presence of ducks, fish, and beneficial insects. These allies control pests, fertilize the soil, and reduce the need for synthetic inputs. In African savannas, pastoralists rotate grazing lands to preserve plant diversity and prevent overuse. In Europe, wildflower strips between fields attract pollinators and natural enemies of pests. Each practice leverages biodiversity for sustainable, profitable agriculture. Yet, these services are threatened by habitat loss, pollution, invasive species, and climate change. Scientists warn that we are losing species at an alarming rate, sometimes called the sixth mass extinction. When biodiversity declines, ecosystem services diminish, putting food security, livelihoods, and health at risk. For instance, declining bee populations have led to reduced crop pollination in many regions, impacting harvests and farmers' incomes. How can we protect and enhance biodiversity to safeguard ecosystem services? The answer lies in awareness, innovation, and collaboration. First, recognize the value of biodiversity in everyday choices, whether you're planting a garden, buying food, or managing land. Support practices that conserve habitats, reduce chemicals, and foster diversity. Embrace agroecology, organic farming, and regenerative agriculture, which partner with nature rather than against it. Technology also plays a vital role. Precision agriculture, satellite monitoring, and data analytics help track ecosystem health and guide sustainable practices. Smart sensors can measure water use, soil quality, and wildlife presence, enabling farmers to adapt and optimize management. Digital platforms like Smart Agri Hub connect stakeholders, farmers, researchers, policymakers, to share knowledge and drive collective action. Education is equally important. Teaching biodiversity and ecosystem services in schools, communities, and workplaces builds a culture of stewardship. Programs that blend science, tradition, and local wisdom are especially powerful. For example, indigenous communities worldwide have long understood the value of diverse landscapes and sustainable harvesting. Their practices offer models for modern conservation. Policy and advocacy matter too. Governments can create incentives for biodiversity-friendly farming, establish protected areas, and regulate harmful activities. International agreements, like the Convention on Biological Diversity and the Sustainable Development Goals, set targets and frameworks for global cooperation. Businesses can commit to sourcing products sustainably, reducing waste, and restoring lands. Ultimately, protecting biodiversity and ecosystem services is a shared responsibility. Each of us can contribute by planting native species, reducing plastic use, supporting local farmers, or volunteering for conservation projects. Even small actions add up, especially when millions of people participate. As we conclude this chapter, remember that biodiversity is not just a scientific concept, it's the lifeblood of our planet and the foundation of human prosperity. Ecosystem services are nature's invisible workforce, sustaining agriculture, economies, and societies. By understanding and valuing this connection, we can create a future that is abundant, resilient, and harmonious. Thank you for joining Smart Agri Hub on this journey through biodiversity and ecosystem services. Stay curious and engaged, because the choices we make today shape the world we leave for tomorrow. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into strategies for conserving biodiversity in agricultural landscapes. Until then, keep exploring, learning, and celebrating the wonders of life around you.